Hello, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the J Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Joshua Nowakowski, joined today by Oklahoma State super utility player, pitcher, first base DH, Justin Campbell. How you doing today, Justin?
Good. How are you?
Oh, doing good. Yeah, we both grew up in Simi, went to Simi High, went to Valley View. I don't know if you remember, but we were 2-on-2 basketball teammates in middle
Sure.
school.
Run.
Went Yep, yeah, we went to the finals, took the loss, but that's all right.
We did play up a grade. We
We
did play
did,
eighth grade. Or
yeah,
no,
we
we played. Who did we play in the championship? In
we
our.
played Ryan and Jackson, Ryan Natividad and Jackson Schneider.
But
Yeah, 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 and so yeah, Justin, he's gone on and he's now a pitcher, first baseman for the Oklahoma State Cowboys baseball team. Um, and you were also drafted in the 18th round by the Astros out of high school, which
was.
yeah, that's pretty cool. And I know you were committed to Tulane, and then that fell through, and you ended up going to Oklahoma State. Kind of just like tell me like that process of how that all kind of happened.
I signed my national letter of intent to Tulane, and then during that whole time, it was just been confusion on the administration side. So a few months later, they just couldn't accept me, and then my NLI was released, and then a few weeks later, Oklahoma State called me and said, "Hey, you're the perfect fit. We would love to have you down for a visit." And then sooner or later, went on a visit, and then last day there, I had to commit because pretty much that was my only option. Gave me a great offer that I couldn't resist, and honestly, it turned out better than what I thought would happen at Tulane.
Right. Yeah. I'm just gonna read off some quick stats here, but yeah. So in your shortened freshman season, which was only like really 10 to 12 games before COVID, you were batting 414 with a homer, 7 RBIs in 10 games. Pitching wise, 1-2 with a 4.43 ERA. So this year was your official freshman season, I guess. You hit 269, a homer, 10 RBIs, and 67 at bats. Pitching wise, 7-2 with a 2.57 ERA, 102 strikeouts. You threw no hitter against Kansas. You had a walk-off hit against Illinois State. Made a ton of All-American first teams. You were third team by Baseball America as a utility player, Big 12 first team as a utility player and a pitcher. What do you say? Like, what was your biggest difference in, the off season? I guess. What was your biggest improvement you made in between seasons?
Just working on myself, mentally and physically, because coming off that COVID season, we didn't know what was going to happen. So we had to get our bodies right because we only had, 20 games being played, and then we go into another season and we have to play 56 games. So it's very taxing on the body and mentally with school and sports and just dealing with life in general. But yeah, I just say getting in the gym and just allowing my body to go through its course and recover, and I think that was just the biggest key for me.
Very cool. Yeah. Yeah, the difference between, this season, absolutely phenomenal. And just to take you back to that no hitter against Kansas, what was that feeling like? I believe you gave up one walk and that was it.
Uh,
What was that like?
that was awesome. There's gonna be people saying like, oh, he was they were up 19 runs or so, but I don't that doesn't play a factor because as a pitcher you still got to go out and do your part on the field. Even though that our lineup was just doing everything that they could at the plate. As a pitcher, you still got to do your job. You got to dominate the zone, hit every location with every pitch. But yeah, that feeling, man, that no hitter was pretty incredible. Definitely, it's for sure a moment that I'll never forget, and it's just a once in a lifetime thing that's very rare. And I'm just gonna cherish it forever.
Yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, that was insane game. Even, Kansas, not the best baseball program, but a no-hitter is still a no-hitter in my book. I don't care who it is against. And I saw the stream on it. I watched the final few innings. It was really cool just to be watching it.
Thank you.
But yeah, only the third in Oklahoma State history as a 9 inning no hitter. So I mean, you're one of a select few. Also, you're only one of 15 pitchers to have 100 Ks in a season at Oklahoma State. So I mean, you've really certified yourself into this program's history, really. And I just want to ask because I'm not really sure how the process works. So you were drafted by the Astros out of high school. You chose to go to college. And are you committed to play for Oklahoma State for a certain amount of time? Or like if you get drafted in the next draft, can you choose to go up to the majors?
So how that works is you can take two different routes out of high school. You can go to JUCO and then you can play 1 year and then get drafted if you have one solid good year, or you can go the college route and play Division 1, Division 2, or Division 3 baseball, and you have to wait. Depends on how old you are. For me, it's you have to wait 3 years to be able to get eligible for the draft. So
Okay.
this next coming, I'll be eligible for the draft.
Got it. Okay. So after your official sophomore season, you'll be eligible for the draft.
Mhm. Or if
Got
you turn 21 before your sophomore year, then you can get, or your junior
got
year.
it. Got it. Okay, cool. Very cool. Um, and like I said, so you swing the bat, you also pitch very well. Is that a skill that you want to take into, if you do get drafted, when you're eligible? And is that something you want to do for wherever you get drafted? Do you want to be that kind of super utility player like that?
Absolutely. For me, I know the bat will be taken away from me at some point. So I just want to just keep on hitting as long as possible because I do love that just as much as pitching.
Hmm.
And if I'm able to hit at the next level, then so be it. I'm gonna hit as long as possible. If I can be the next Shohei, and I don't know if it's gonna happen or not, but I want to try and do it.
Very cool. I mean, you took my next question was, do you see yourself as a Shohei? So you're definitely striving for that. One at bat I do want to talk to you about, which I thought this was really cool. Seeing two former Semi High pitchers is you were up to bat and Andrew Devine was the pitcher. Also
Mhm.
went to Semi High. You guys were in the same class. Um, so like, tell me what that was like facing. I mean, you're in the Big 12 Division 1 baseball facing a high school teammate of yours.
Oh man, it was pretty weird seeing him on the mound against me because since we were probably 12 to 13, we've been playing with each other ever since, and yeah, seeing him on the mound was pretty weird, but being able to compete against him was pretty awesome.
Nice. Very yeah, that was really cool to see, two former high school teammates facing off with each other. And I mean, we might see it at the next level too. It maybe you may see it in double A, triple A, and one day the majors. I think that would be
That'd be
that would
sweet.
be something. Yeah, all right. I mean, I know you're not draft eligible this year, but for next year, I mean, is there any particular team you feel like you want to go to, or you're open, you don't
Um,
really care?
I am open to every team, but if it's gonna if I'm gonna be strict about it, I want to go to a team that doesn't have as good of a starting rotation as like most teams. So let's say if I get drafted by the Orioles,
Mhm.
I'll have a better shot than I have a better shot getting called up than rather than getting called um, by let's say the Dodgers.
Yeah, for sure. I hear that. It's you feel like you have a better chance getting called up and getting that major league experience. I understand that for sure. I mean, so there's a lot going on in baseball with kind of like the whole sticky stuff and all of that. I'm sure you've kind of heard all the news about it. I mean, as a pitcher, I just want to get your thoughts on it, on where the outrage is from pitchers and where you think like, is there a line on what's okay and what's not, or you just think cold turkey's fine?
I mean, it sucks because you're going out testing or giving pitchers like, hey, let me see what you have. Like
Yeah.
it's taking out your tempo, your momentum, your just like you don't focus on what you need to focus on. You're more focused on, oh, I gotta have umpires check me out after my inning, rather
Mhm.
than, because I want to say majority of the Major League Baseball organization, the players, they do steroids and all that crap. So it doesn't make sense to like question the pitchers on what they do because of a sticky substance, because not all pitchers use pine tar.
Mhm.
There's other ways to go about using foreign substances or sticky substances, but no, I think it's a little over the top with what they're doing right now.
Yeah, I for sure. I think it. Yeah, checking all the pictures. Then you have the incident with Scherzer where he got Girardi asked to check him another time, and yeah, I gave my thoughts on that. But like Tyler Glass now openly admitted, he said I use a combination of sunscreen and rosin. It gets me that grip.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that like are you okay with pitchers using that, or are you still like
Oh,
yeah
that's fine because that's an unwritten rule pretty much,
mm-hmm.
but that's not in like the book as in pine tar on a glove or on the hat. That's what people look for
Yeah
now. It's just pine tar. But no, we had guys use sunscreen and rosin in our bullpen and in our starting rotation. But I don't think it's a problem. But with the pine tar, yeah, I think
yeah
it's a little pine tar from the difference from pine tar and sunscreen and rosin is pretty drastic.
yeah. Okay, for sure. I would agree with that. I'm fine with the sunscreen and rosin thing, and I mean this is coming from a person who's never pitched except for 2 little league innings in his life, so I don't have much experience pitching, but just I've seen Trevor Bauer and the research he's done because I know he talks a lot about this, and
Mm-hmm.
that sunscreen and rosin you really don't get the spin rate. It doesn't go up as much as when you use the pine tar, the spider tack, those sorts of substances. So yeah, I'm with you on the sunscreen rosin. I think that's fine. It gets them a better grip. I think it's when they go over the top on spider tack, maybe that's where you got to draw a
Any
line.
type of pine tar is
Yeah,
that's a little too much.
yeah, I totally agree. Have you been watching any of the NBA playoffs at all?
I've been trying, but it's been hard. Haven't really been able to watch TV much.
Okay,
I did see a little bit of the Suns and Clippers game last night.
okay, for
Um,
sure.
I do want the Suns to win that one though. I want
I
Suns and I want um, I can't decide who I want with the Eastern side yet.
okay, I I said I want if the Bucks got past the first round, they'd make the finals. But at the same time, I love Trae Young and the Hawks, so I don't really care who gets in. I want the Suns to win, obviously, as well. Um, I mean, so who do you think's taking the chip this year?
I think the Western Conference is going to win it all.
Okay,
There's too many guys on both teams that just are just pure dominant. It's this can be. I want to say I want the Suns to win bad because I do want Chris Paul to get a ring,
yeah,
um, but I think the Clippers are going to come out with it.
okay, okay. So you think it's gonna be the Clippers? I
Uh,
hope I hope that's not right, but we'll see.
I don't. I
Uh,
hope it's not either because the the Lakers are the premier LA team, but yeah, I do want the Clippers to win.
Okay. Okay. Is there a certain current or former MLB pitcher that you kind of maybe watch video highlights on or something that, just for to improve your own game or that you aspire to be like?
Um, so when I was throwing a bullpen one day, our pitching coach wasn't there, so Matt Holliday had to fill in, and he
Hmm.
said that I compare a little bit like Adam Wainwright, with how tall we are, and pretty much we have the same pitches. So he said my comparison is Wayno. So yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty similar to with how me and Wainwright throw. Yeah, I think that's who I look after. Um, but my role model as a pitcher is Kershaw. I think he's for however many years he's been in the league, he's been the most dominant pitcher. We got fucking dogs up here, man.
No worries, man. No worries. All good.
But yeah, I did see a stat with Kershaw. Is like within the first, I think 300 starts, he has like a 2.46 ERA. And it's like he's he's below one guy, so he's second on the
Wow.
list. I'm not sure who it was, but yeah,
Wow.
that's a pretty cool stat to have.
Yeah, for sure. Those are two great pitchers. I mean, Wainwright's been doing it for it seems like forever. I mean, I th- yeah, I feel like he's been in the league for the longest time and he's still a good pitcher. Is there a guy on the hitting side that you look up to or
Oh shoot, not really. The only one the main guys I really do like to watch are Soto, Freddie Freeman, Acuna.
mm,
Um, Shohei's always fun to watch.
yeah.
Um, Trying to think of who else. Anyone who hits the ball far and has a great discipline at the plate. That's
Okay.
who I watch.
Very cool. Very yeah. I love Freddie Freeman, great player. I love watching him. Soto, Acuna are young and already dominating the league. Very yeah, all great players there. I do want to just as have you had an experience yet since you've gone to Oklahoma State where you're kind of like it hits you like dang I'm a D1 athlete, I've been drafted by a major league team before, like have you had a moment where it's just kind of like all hit you?
Um, Actually, yes. For being a Division 1 athlete, yes. When just seeing the kids come up to you and just ask for autographs, that's one of the things where you live for the moment.
Mhm.
When I was growing up, and when I'm pretty sure when you're growing up, you all you wanted to do was go to just a baseball game and get autographs and baseballs from players,
Yeah.
and seeing that from youth kids at our stadiums and even at opponent stadiums, asking for autographs or balls. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man. That's all I got for you. I want to thank you so much for coming on. It was super cool to chat, catch up with you. I really appreciate it, and I hope all the success for you in the off season, into next season. Go check him out. He's gonna be playing you for Team USA in some games starting July 2nd, I believe, when the games start. Correct?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So go check those out and good luck next season, man. I'll be keeping track of you and best of luck moving forward, man.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And until next time, this has been Joshua Nowakowski of the J Sports Podcast. Peace.